Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Yesterday I was trying to recollect one of the stotras on Shiva written by Swami Vivekananda. I will just chant that. It has deep significance and deep meaning. We don't have time to discuss, and it is not a matter that we can discuss within a month or two. A small shlokas, 6 in numbers, but almost all aspects of sadhana and attainments and Shivasthiti, what does it mean? Which takes hours of concentration and knowledge to understand what Swamiji has written. So I will just chant and go. A few things we saw yesterday to make ourselves understand between the pratima and pratika, the worship of the Saguna Sakara and Nirguna Nirakara aspect of Shiva. So I will just Nikhila Bhuvana Janmastena Bhanga Praroha Akalita Mahimanaha Kalpitayatra Tasmin Suvimala Gaganabhe Tvisha Samstepyanishe Suvimala Gaganabhe Tvisha Samstepyanishe Mama Bhavatu Bhavasmin Bhasuro Bhavabandha Mama Bhavatu Bhavesmin Bhasuro Bhavabandha Nihata Nikhila Mohe Dishatayatra Rudha Prakatita Parapremna Yo Mahadeva Sanyah Ashithila Parirambha Prema Rupasya Yasya Ashithila Parirambha Prema Rupasya Yasya Hridi Pranayati Vishwam Vyajamatram Vibhutvam Hridi Pranayati Vishwam Vyajamatram Vibhutvam. Yesterday we are referred to this point. Hridi Pranayati Vishwam. The whole universe with all beings are shining in his heart. Vahati Viphulavataha Purva Samskara Rupaha Vidalati Balavrindam Ghurnitervomimala Prachalati Khalu Yugmam Yushmadasmat Pratitam Prachalati Khalu Yugmam Yushmadasmat Pratitam Ati Vikalita Rupam Naumi Chittam Shivastham अतिविकलितरूपं नौमि चित्तं शिवस्थं. This also we refer. Navmi chittam shivastham. I bow down not only to Shiva, but to the chitta mind, in which anybody's mind in which Shiva is there, I bow down to. Janaka janita bhavo vrittaya samsrutascha aganana bahurupa यत्र चैको यथार्थः शमित विकृतिमाते यत्र नान्तर्बहिश्च शमित विकृतिमाते यत्र नान्तर्बहिश्च तमः हरमीडे चित्तवृत्तिर्निरोधम् तमः हरमीडे चित्तवृत्तिर्निरोधम् गलिततिमिरमालः शुभ्रतेजप्रकाशः धवलकमलशोभः ज्ञानपुञ्जाट्टहासः यमिजनहृदि गम्यो निष्कलो ध्यायमान यमिजनहृदि गम्यो निष्कलो ध्यायमानः प्रणतमवतु मां सः मानसो राजं सः प्रणतमवतु मां सः मानसो राजहंसः दुरितदलनदक्षं दक्षजादत्तदोषं कलितकलिकलङ्कं कम्रकह्लारकान्तं परहितकरणाय प्राणप्रच्छेद दीप्रीतं परहितकरणाय प्राणप्रच्छेद प्रीतं नतनयननियुक्तं नीलकण्ठं नमामः नतनयन नियुक्तं नीलकण्ठं नमामः. The previous shloka we took Yamijana Hridigamyo Nishkalo Dhyayamanaha. This Nishkala aspect we took up yesterday to define the pratika, worship of pratika and pratima. In Vigraha, Murti, how do we worship, how do we invoke Shiva, and how do we see in a pratika, an emblem of Shiva. In that context, we saw there are various what we call Shiva, emblems of Shiva, starting from the base, earth as that is stone emblem, Jalalinga, Prithvi Linga, Jalalinga, to higher and higher levels. We went from Prithvi Tattva to Jala Tattva, Agni Tattva, Vayu Tattva, and Akasha Tattva. As the creation descends, Akasha, Vayu, Vayu, Agni, Rapa, Adbhya, Prithvi. The Pancha Mahabhutat, how they come, becoming grossified little by little. Prakriti is increasing, Chaitanya is decreasing. So, when we worship Shiva, first the Prithvi Linga is given, made up of stone. Then we are asked to see Shiva in water. When we cross the material aspect and try to understand the Shiva in it, the higher, more subtler Agni Rupa is given, Agni Linga. In fire you try to see God. Then Vayu Linga, air as the representative or agent of in which Shiva can be seen. And finally Akasha Tattva, and beyond is the Absolute. So in that state we have got the 5 temples dedicated to these 5. The Shiva, there actually the Shivalingas are made up of one place, it is Prithvi Tattva. In Kanchipuram there is, this is earth, Ekambareshwara temple in Kanchipuram. It is made up of Prithvi Tattva, that is made up of earth, sand, just like Rama makes out of sand. In Rameshwar, like that, it is there in the Prithvi Tattva. Then Jala Tattva is Jambukeshwara temple near Trichy. It is Jala Tattva. And then Jalalinga, it's called Jalalinga, water itself as the Shiva. Then the Agni Tattva, Arunachaleshwara in Tiruvannamalai. This place also is always burning with Agni, ever hot, extremely hot area, Agni Tattva. Then Vayu Tattva, Kalahasti, in Kalahasti itself, Kalvahasti temple. Agni Tattva, Vayu Tattva, a lamp is burning and air is slowly blowing constantly by itself. Lamp is kept to show its wavering because of the wind blowing. The temple is there. And one temple is there in Chidambaram, that Akasha Tattva, Nataraja temple in Chidambaram. It represents the Akasha Tattva, in which the room is empty, there is nothing. The space itself is Shiva. So from grossest to the hardest to the subtlest we move, and then beyond is the Nirguna Nirakara, Swarupa Dhyana. After that there comes the Swarupa Dhyana of Shiva. Anyway, that is the yesterday's part we saw. Then today is the last class we are going to contemplate on the MAHA SHIVARATRI. Tomorrow there will be no class like this, because evening onwards they will be streamlining the whole program. What we all discussed all these days, for about 8 or 10 days now, regarding MAHA SHIVARATRI, you will be witnessing tomorrow. The actual worship and all will go on. And in place of worship, today the last part, worship we will take up. Yesterday we started how the Pratika or Pratima we take up and do the worship. Here we are going to do both Pratima is also there of the Jnanadata Shiva as Dakshinamurti temple. Dakshinamurti image is there, Murti, and in front we have the Dakshineshwar Shiva. It is made on the basis of Dakshineshwar in Calcutta, where Sri Ramakrishna stayed. The Dakshineshwar Kali temple, the Kali image is such that the Shiva is lying down, on which Kali's image is there. Shiva is in marble, white marble, and pitch dark stone is Kali's Vigraha. So we have done the same thing. Below the base we have kept here of the marble, and then above that is the Shivalinga of dark color, representing the Kali Mother and also Shiva. Shiva is mainly Shivalinga, but Mother's presence should be there, so we have done that. And there is another temple in the same premises of Dakshineshwar, of Radhakanta temple, in that where Sri Ramakrishna worshipped. All these places So there the Krishna's height is 21 inches and Radha's height is 16 inches. So we have kept here the Shivalinga and Pitha. Pitha we have kept 21 inches and Shivalinga, actual Linga, we have kept 16 inches to represent Radha Krishna also. And on either side in the Dakshineshwar, there are Dvadasha Shivalingas dedicated to the Dvadasha Jyotirlingas. So we have done the same thing, going to each of the Dvadasha Shivalinga sthana, taking a stone from the temple or the nearest premises, precincts of temple, and making it approximately cut and offer to that deity and bringing it here, and finally giving final shape and making all the Dvadasha Shivalingas are from the actual places where Shivalingas are there in India, and it's placed in such a way that you are going around the India's border where we have placed from Kashi Vishwanath to Kedar through Rameshwar, the Shivalingas. Just going down and coming, you are making the pradakshina of the Bharatvarsha also. So that is there we are going to have the worship tomorrow, and worship will be almost parallel with all other deities. How do we worship any deity anywhere? The same way we do here also, is the same thing. But one extra thing we do is Abhisheka and Arghya Pradana. In Shiva's worship, Shiva is supposed to be the Abhisheka Priya. Each Devata has some liking, just like we all have some liking. Somebody likes ice cream, somebody likes Cadbury's chocolate, like that. Shiva likes Abhisheka. He is Abhisheka Priya. And Krishna is Alankara Priya. Devi is Stuti Priya. Like that. So, in Shiva, we give this extra Abhisheka. One we saw yesterday, how we climb higher and higher levels of subtlety and reach the absolute. Here, there it is at cosmic level, external. That is, what we are doing is inside also, same chakras we are going to transcend. In the what is there in the microcosm is there in the macrocosm. They are built on the same principle. We too have the Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddha, Agnya, the Prithvi Tattva, Jala Tattva, Agni Tattva, Vayu Tattva, Akasha Tattva. Same thing. In individual level also you can travel with the Shiva, worshipping each chakra. And in fact, there is one type of Ashtanga Yoga wherein Om Namah Shivaya is used for traveling through the Shad Chakras. My eldest brother was practicing that under a specific guru who has attained. And anyway, that is in cosmic level also. The cosmic, that is when we take into cosmic into consideration, we will have a different view. That is, this Srishti Tattva is replaced. That is objective ultimate. Here it is subjective ultimate. Go inside. One is going outside. This is Shadchakra Bhedana is taking the energy to higher levels of consciousness. Here also we are going back to the source in objective world. When you travel the objective, that is, we are merging one tattva in the other tattva in the same way how the creation came into existence. In case of this Abhisheka, we are going from Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, and Anandamaya Kosha. the 5 sheets that are covering, or veils that are covering our soul. Now, yesterday we saw when Shiva is antarmukha, when anybody is antarmukha, his senses are not outgoing, they are turned inward. Just like when you are in sleep, all things go inside. When the senses are turned antarmukha, when you become, there is no head for you and you don't have the limbs. Karmendriya, Jnanendriya are turned inward. It is as good as it is not going to work outside. So as if the head is removed, Pancha Jnanendriyas are removed, and what remains is Shivalinga. And actually you experience that. If you take up the Shiva concept towards the end, this picture also I have given, how you are sitting in a picture and slowly how one by one falls out and your awareness itself becomes a Shivalinga. I am Shivalinga as if. But from gross matter you are going to the pure spiritual existence. Matter and spirit. Chit, Jada. Chaitanya and Jada. Now, Abhisheka also is so designed that Abhisheka, the 5 items are used. Kshira, that is milk, curd, ghee, then honey, and then sugar. These are called Pancha Amritas. The first 3 belongs to cow products, milk, curd and ghee. Then honey and sugar. When the milk is extremely gross food, nature, as it is from nature it is taken. Nature provides this as it is. Ati prakrita vastu represents, and when you eat, drink milk, your body grows. It becomes annamaya. So milk represents the annamaya kosha. When you pour milk on the Shiva Linga, tomorrow you will see the whole Shiva Linga starts becoming white. The black one becomes white. And once you stop, the milk that is covering the stone, it represents the Annamaya Kosha, your physical body. Then pure water, Shuddhodaka, Snana is done. As if your Annamaya Kosha has been removed. That is, you are transcending, going beyond the Annamaya Kosha. As if you are sitting in meditation, you have forgotten the world, you have forgotten your bodily existence also. After traveling the body existence, what comes is Pranamaya Kosha, energy. I am able to see, I am able to think, I am able to write, I am able to walk. All these needs energy. The energy in a living being is called prana. Simple definition. In Prakriti it is different. In you it is called prana. Simple. So pranamaya kosha. Next is the energy level of your existence. So when the milk is prakrita, ati prakrita, and when it is made samskrita, samskarana, then it becomes curd. In us also, milk, when we eat, becomes body, and the subtle part becomes the mind. Food becomes mind. If you don't eat for 15 days, Swamiji says, Vinayakanandaji says, if you don't eat for 15 days, you will know the mind has stopped working. Mind is not there. You have not supplied energy for existing. So the subtle part becomes the mind. So this is represented by curd. Pranamaya kosha is represented. Pranamaya kosha contains the karmendriyas and then pranas, energy. When the curd is poured on the Shiva and curd is covering it, it is pranamaya kosha. You have traveled from the annamaya to, you have forgotten your body, but you have come into contact with the energy level. You want to go beyond, inside. It is inward journey you are taking in meditation. So when you do the Shuddhodaka Snana, all that You are transcending, going beyond within. So you are crossing over, you are transcending the pranamaya also and entering into manomaya kosha. There are signs exactly to recognize. When you are sitting, you will start not knowing how far you are. Whole thing is calm. Then you have crossed the Annamaya kosha. But you can hear people talking, walking, everything. But you don't know how far you are. You have forgotten the body. If you open the eye, you know. Then you have crossed the Annamaya kosha. Then slowly sound starts becoming feeble. People are talking around as if it is coming from far off. You start here. You are in the Pranamaya kosha. Then totally, even people talking next to you, you will not hear. You are in the Manomaya kosha. Just like in sleep. Sleep, another person will be singing. You will be snoring also. Still you are sleeping. So you will not hear. When you are in sleep, you will not hear. Like that in meditation also. You are in Manomaya kosha. You expand. You become very light when you enter into Manomaya kosha. In meditation. Means your dimensions you are losing. It is expanding. So this represents you are entering into Manomaya kosha. Manomaya kosha is the highly refined intellect. It is intellect. Highly refined part of the food. This is Chanchala, mind. But this is Nischyatmika, Buddhi. So Buddhi, Manomaya kosha, you are entering into Manomaya kosha, you are transcending the Manomaya kosha now. The ghee represents the essence of milk. The essence of milk is Manomaya kosha. You are going to transcend now. Now when you put the water, the Manomaya kosha is washed down and you are entering into Vijnanamaya kosha. Vijnanamaya kosha is Shuddha Buddhi. Manomaya to Vijnanamaya. In Vijnanamaya, the first time you are leaving the bodily awareness. Once you enter into Vijnanamaya, extremely difficult part. Up to Manomaya you can somehow go by grace of God. But to go into Vijnanamaya is almost impossible. Guru's special push is needed. And nature also must be very conducive that you are so much dependent on Divine Mother. Mother, help me, help me. A kind of surrender has come into your, then the nature's participation, divine help, all these are required for traveling from, that is, crossing over the Manomaya and enter Vijnanamaya. From Deha Bhava, you will be going to Jiva Bhava. From that day, when you come back from meditation, you will see yourself, your body, like the cloth you are wearing. So much of separation. You are spiritually awakened. Entering Vijnanamaya kosha, blooming of the heart, and spiritual awakening means the same thing. We are physically awake and spiritually sleeping life after lives. Now you are spiritually awakened. You know clearly you are not body, but you don't know who you are. From Deha Bhava goes off after that. Forever you will know that you are not body, but mindness will remain. I-ness shifts from the body to something else within. So there is spiritual awakening. Vijnanamaya kosha is first time you will be experiencing what is Chaitanya. Till then Chaitanya is a word without meaning for us. We will be facing direct experience of the Chaitanya, experience of God in you. So this makes you spiritually awakened. And this experience is essential when you will totally go beyond man-womanhood. First time. The manhood and womanhood drops off from both from your awareness, mind and body. You will not know whether you are a man or a woman after that. Again childhood comes back. From somewhere dirt came, from somewhere dirt went. You have gone into a deeper layer of existence. It is possible for everyone, remember. Every one of us, if you struggle a little and pay its price, you will get it. So, Vijnanamaya Kosha is first time you are tasting a taste which is sweet and which cannot be compared with anything. That is represented by honey. Honey is sweet and so are you. So honey is sweet. That sweetness is represented, it is sweetness of the Chaitanya. Chaitanya Ananda. First time you will be experiencing eternal bliss, eternal peace which will not go away from you even when the Guruna Dukkhenapi, even the Guru heavy, unimaginable magnitude of suffering comes also. It will not move. It will not remove your inner joy and peace. That when first time you will be experiencing the Vijnanamaya Kosha. Then the honey is poured. You will see the Vijnanamaya Kosha now. Then again Shuddhodaka water. Vijnanamaya Kosha are also you are washing down and entering into the Anandamaya Kosha. Anandamaya Kosha is where the Atmak Ananda you are experiencing as dual. You are standing in front and experiencing yourself as if. It is not entering into fridge, but opening the fridge door and keeping the mouth in the front. That coolness, you will experience coolness without entering the fridge. So that coolness, Ananda of the Chaitanya is experienced outside. It's like a halo of the moon. Moon around sometimes halo you see. Like that. Anandamaya Kosha is Chaitanya's, the radiations of Chaitanya, Ananda is flowing out. In that duality is there. I experience the Triputi, experiencer, experience and experienced. Three will be there. So, to experience that you have to go to Anandamaya Kosha. If you enter into real Chaitanya, there is no duality, there is one. You are yourself. And this Anandamaya Kosha is represented by sugar. Sugar Abhisheka is done. Last. Sugar is mummy of all sweets. Whatever your sweet you see, it is made up of all sweetness. Sweetness. This is Madhurya Ghana. Maya and Ghana, two words are there. Lavana Maya, excessive salt. Vegetable is there, equal amount of salt if you put. It will be Lavana Maya. But in which other things are there, only Lavana is there, it is called Lavana Ghana. Only salt, block of salt. If you see, it is called Lavana Ghana. So you will be experience the Ananda Ghana. There is no duality. There is nothing. You are not there. You have become the sugar. So that is the final. So Anandamaya Kosha also, when it is removed, the sugar is also washed down. The Shiva is identified with the Absolute. The Ananta Satchidananda Sagara is Shiva. You identify. And this awareness makes you understand what you are. Where are you? At the base level. One who has not experienced any spiritual understanding or has gained through scriptures at least, he will be saying, how did I spend my days, all these days? What are the corrections to be done in me? What are the things I have to get rid of? bad things in me, evil things in me, how to get it up, and what I have to collect and grow, gain. I have to grow, develop certain things in my life. Kindness, universal love, all these things, great values of life, higher ideals I have to adopt, and the time spending in mean things, fighting for pencil and all that. School days. She told me this, he told me this, he called me monkey. What is that? Time is going, life is going. The passing events, ಜೀವನದ ಆಗು ಹೋಗುಗಳನ್ನು you neglect and keep. And then this makes you silent. First thing is, sign of a spiritual aspirant is he speaks very little. Because first step in yoga is Vang Nirodha. So when you see a person talking too much, no, he is keeping his first step only. But good person is good and good for nothing. Well, will not take time. This is about the worship, and with this is the state in which the Shiva is there, Antarmukha. When we see the Shivalinga, we will not understand Shiva is there, Antarmukha, is absorbed in the Absolute, in his own self. Atma Krida, Atmarati, he is experiencing the Sachidananda Sagara. We don't understand. This understanding, I want to endear that state in which Shiva is there. I want to love that state in which Shiva is there. I want to attain that state in which Shiva is there. So what I do? I worship it with Gandha, Pushpa, Dhupa, Deepa, Naivedya. After this Abhisheka, my worship continues, just to endear, to love that state in which Shiva is there. And then last puja ends with the prostration. That is the prayer that give me unconditional surrender. Saštanga Pranama is unconditional surrender, no conditions. Unconditional surrender for attaining that state of Shivatva. So here the MAHA SHIVARATRI classes will end. From the next, tomorrow there won't be class. Next class, day after, will be of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.